Hello, everyone. Welcome to a QNAP live broadcast. Zen. And since August is our QVR Pro month, so we have already introduced a lot of QPKG for the QVR Pro. And today we have our PM Stacy here. And Stacy is also a global sales director, I think.
Product sales manager, I would say.
Okay. So she will also bring us another solution, and I think the solution is really common in all the like manufacturing industry or multiple site industry. So before we start everything, I have two things to let you know. The first is that now you can go to our live.qnet.com to check all of the videos. And for each of the videos you search by the keyword, you will also see the PowerPoint slides at the right-hand side, and you can click each of the slides, and the video will be led into that slides. That can save your time. And since we have made a lot of videos about QVR Pro, so I believe some people might want to use QVR Pro, and if you have also considered about the QVR Pro Gold, and this is also the topic why we invite Stacy here, since she controls this. So she bring us a promotion here. So why don't you just tell us?
Okay. So I guess everyone know we have this like QVR Pro live broadcasting section for almost 2 months, 1.5 months. So I guess it's about time that I offer you some promotion, and the promotion will be started at 1st of September. And if you're interested in QVR Pro and you would like to explore more function and feature with the Gold license, and then you should contact the local DST or the local reseller to get more information. So the promotion periods will be held for 2 months from 1st September. So now take the chance and contact the local DST and reseller to get more information and to try this QVR Pro in your house or your office, even the factory scenario.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And let's get into the slides first. And this topic will be the centralized factory and office surveillance management. So basically, we will put more focus on how we can use 4 of our QPKG for QVR Pro to give you the highest performance when you want to do the surveillance management. So the first page is that since we already talked about most of the QPKG, so I would like to ask Stacy to do a simple recap.
Yes. So I'm here to sum up a little bit because I guess most of you probably watched our different sections before about the QVR Pro, and you might still a little bit confused about our solution, the surveillance solution. So at here you can see we have the QVR Pro and QVR Pro Client, QVR Center, and the QVR Guard. So what's their role? What do they do? What service they offer to you? So let's focus on the QVR Pro first. So for the QVR Pro, you might know it's a QPKG. It's a software app that you are able to install in your NAS. So once you install the QVR Pro and run the service, the QVR Pro here to control is like recording setting and the camera setting and even like the privilege, which is more important. And we also have the event engine. So what is event engine? Sam, you got the idea?
Of course, for me, event engine is like operator, and if I got any information from the outside, and then I can do the corresponding action to another side. So in QVR Pro, I will call the event engine as if I got any trigger.
Yes.
Maybe it's from the camera or the third-party alarm system.
Yes.
And then me as an engine, I can do the corresponding action to different of the maybe alarm system or the door lock system,
Yes.
or even some other cameras.
Okay, good one, good one. So in short, event engine here, you can define what event happened, and then you can define what action you would like to take. So that's the event engine does for you, okay? And except that, we also provide the API for QVR Pro, which means if you are the system integrator and you have some like third-party software that you would like to integrate with, then API could be the tool for you. So in short, the QVR Pro here, we to manage the camera, and we try to keep all the recording file here to do the recording. And when the NAS have the QVR Pro, and when you have all the recording file here, if you would like to see the live view and the playback, and then you will need the QVR Pro client. When you have the client, this QPKG, this software app, and then you use the client to access into the QVR Pro. In that way, you can see the live view, and then you can do the playback, even you can export the video through the QVR Pro client. So for the QVR Pro client, here's one thing I would like to mention to you, because some of you might use our surveillance station before, which is our existing product. And that product have some small issue because they provide a different UI, the user interface, and a different function crossing the different platforms like Windows and the Mac OS, even the Linux. They all come with a different UI and a different function. But with the QVR Pro client, we unify all the user interface, and we have this exactly same function. So which make the end user or even your security guard to make them more easier. They can learn how to use the QVR Pro client to lower down the learning curve. Okay. So when you have the QVR Pro and the QVR Pro client, basically it's a basic solution for surveillance already. But somehow you probably have like several spots. For example, you have a one store and you have the QVR Pro running in the one store. But next year, you're expanding. You have a second store, even few more, then you will need the different NAS with the QVR Pro, located in a different location. So how can you manage the different server at the same time? So which means you will need a centralized management system. So in the case, we are here to offer you QVR Center. With the QVR Center, then you can manage the multiple different QVR Pro server together at the same time. Okay. So, and in some case, in some critical scenario, the project, they probably will considering more about the data protection. So we have the QVR Guard, which is like failover solution for you. So when the QVR Guard is like providing a standby solution, while the QVR Pro is running well, the QVR Guard is at standby mode. But when the QVR Pro is going down, either the server, the NAS server is going down, or the connection, the QVR Guard will be launched and to start taking over all the tasks has been managed by the QVR Pro. So basically, these four components of our surveillance solution should be ideally provide you complete solution to handle all the scenario. Okay. I'm trying to make it more simple for you, so I come up a solution architecture. So here you can see there's a solution infrastructure here, and that's talking about one part by one part. So for the first part, then you can see the QVR Pro. If you remember, I say the QVR Pro is like recording server. So here, the QVR Pro is to manage the camera and take it over and take care of all the video file here. And when you want to retrieve the file to see a live view or even to play back, export the video, then you will need the QVR Pro client. So when the QVR Pro client is installed on your laptop, either it's the Mac, Windows, or the Linux system, or if you even can use the mobile, then you can access to the QVR Pro to retrieve the video file. Okay. And the third, as I mentioned to you, because from the solution structure here, you can see we have 3 QVR Pro. So which means you need what?
QVR Center.
Yes. Okay. That's our centralized management system. So we have a QVR Center here. And you probably will see from the previous one, the QVR Pro Client Center. The UI of the QVR Center client, actually they're sharing the same user interface as a QVR Pro client. So you can make it more easier for the security guard to learn how to operate this system. Okay. And the last one is the QVR Guard. As I told you before, the QVR Guard is like failover solution. So when the QVR Pro is running well, it will remain at standby mode. When the QVR Pro, the service is going down, the QVR Guard will start to taking over the task has been handled by the QVR Pro. Okay, so I hope this structure can make everyone have like clear picture of what solution we are offering here.
Of course. Well, so I have a question since we are introducing the factory solution, but since like the solution will use like four of the PPKGs,
Yes.
so can other scenario use the four PPKGs at the same time?
Yes. Well, although our topic today is talking about the factory solution, but it doesn't limit it our solution. Okay. Why I'm saying that? Because actually most of people they are thinking it's only like high tech company. They have the money, they have the budget, they are able to or willing to invest in the surveillance system. But actually, in some traditional factory manufacturing, or even like small size to medium size, even to like personal studio, all the solution, all this kind of scenario, what the solution I'm talking today, actually you can apply on all this scenario because it's come out with like very basic idea, recording server, and using the QVR Pro client to access to the server to retrieve the recording file. Okay.
Okay. So let's check on the first point, why video surveillance is important, because in the past, I think to have the surveillance system is to like to catch to get the proof. Like, okay, something has been stolen and I want to catch, I want to get the thief. So I go play back and I find the thief.
Yes.
So and then I provide the video clip to maybe police or something, and then say, okay, I got you. So this is the crime.
Okay.
But I think now the surveillance system is doing things not only like having the playback to find something else, and it's also to prevent issues happen. I think
Yes.
so. That is why we will have something like event trigger, right?
Yeah, true.
And
Actually, you're making the point because actually in the past, when the people have the budget, when they have the need to install the surveillance system, basically they are trying to protect their property, their investment. The investment, for example, in factory scenario, the investment could be the equipment and all the material and your employee because they are the must-have component to helping your organization or company to make money. So they are all your property or investment, I would say. Okay, but along with the technology, the people they really paying attention on the surveillance system and trying to make it more better. So except this security management, which I'm referring to the property protection, and it can also provide you like operation management. It can improve the operation efficiency. And the third one, it also can provide like IT management. Okay. So start with the security management. I think Sam just make the point because when you have a camera in your house or let's say in factory, what if something is missing and there's someone break into your factory? What would you care, Sam?
I will check for the playback to see who broke into my house and what did he take and where did it go.
Yeah, sure.
I think that is the important part.
Okay, so in the case that, for example, if you have the access control in your factory and you have like very well protect entrance policy or you have something to do with the access control, but someone still break into your shop or factory. So with this, you think what we can offer you?
I think I can use the playback or the integrated information metadata from the third-party devices, and then to get the weak point to my current surveillance system or my current security system.
Yes.
Then I can try to improve myself to prevent this issue happen again. I think.
Yes, that's pretty good because actually for the surveillance system, we are not only to helping you to monitor the scenario or your investment. But most important, we take this video and try to improve your current system. For example, the access control. Is this good enough to protect your investment? Or you need to upgrade your access control or you need to add something else, to make your working environment more secure.
Yes.
Okay, so if we know the second topic is like because except for the property protection, some of them they might want to have like authorized access protection because most of the time when you have an access control system and you also have a surveillance system, but this system they are independent. They didn't co-work with each other. There's no integration. But now at this moment, because since we also provide like API for you to do the integration, so for your system integrator, it should be easily that you can integrate with the access control system with the surveillance system. So do you know what does that mean if I can integrate these two systems together?
Of course, which means I can use like the products I don't have or this brand doesn't have from other brands, and then I can combine their function together into a new one.
Okay. I'm here to give you some example. For example, if I have an access control system integrated with the QVR Pro, so I would say when I check into the access control system, as a system operator, I can go to the QVR Pro, the surveillance system, and try to tap Stacy, and it should be list out all the video at the moment when I check into the system. And why they need this? Because, for example, somehow, like you might take my page to swap the access control system and to help me to check in.
That is my face.
But I'm not in the office, I'm still at home. So actually it was Stan helping me to check in the office. So with this, the company, this is not good. I'm not here to encourage you to do that. Okay, but this is not good. And there's another one, because with the access control system, you can have the white list and the black list. So when something happens, when there is a guy who is not supposedly to be shown here, the system will give alarm. So you will receive like some event notification, either to the SMS from the mobile, or you can get email notification, or even it can trigger alarm. So that's like one of the things for the security mentioned. Alright. And there's another thing. I think there's most of people they trying to pay attention at this moment. Okay, so which called incident management. Because for that one, when incident happen or some disaster really happen in your factory or even in some place, with the video evidence, the video footage, then you are able to design a good solution for this case. Okay. And I'm not able to give you like very exactly simple, but I would say, let's take example as a traffic. When something happens, then you will see, okay, how's the people that exit the entrance and how can I improve it to make the evacuation? Can I say that? Evacuation more efficient. Okay. Or even like, when you have the staff come into your factory and then you need to upload all the material. So how can you improve the process? Because with the video footage, you can have a very clear picture of what exactly is happening there. Okay. But I think most important is now, because all the equipment, when people, they are talking about the AI, artificial intelligence, and IoT, Internet of Things, everything they all can generate the data, and how's the data can helping you with your operation. I think along with the industry 4.0, okay, I think most of the factory now they all have like the robot arm, everything is like really automatic, and there's no much employee really working in the factory. But somehow you need to get all the data generated by all this equipment, and how to use this data and to improve your operation efficiency. Okay, that's a good question, right? So, Sam, you got any like idea how this thing can work with a surveillance system along with the AI technology and IoT?
Well, basically, I think I have two examples. For the first one, which is more related to the factory.
Yes.
Like we have a producing line, and for now, still we still have to use some people to like do the picking or other SMB thing.
Yes.
But you can teach them well, but you cannot prevent that they do the deep or do the SMB maybe doing it wrong. So if all the like motherboard, when all the things are like fit together or just put on the motherboard together, and then we can go to the last station, and maybe we can have the camera taking one picture. Then to analyze if the complete percentage is like 100, or maybe the tolerance is 99.5%. So if this motherboard is above 99.5%, that is a good to go. But if that is maybe 98, and that might be that motherboard might need to be go back to the stock again. So I think that this is the first solution which we can teach the server, the AI server, to analyze the picture from the camera system, and then to do the comparison if the two pictures look 100% the same. And then the others, like maybe for recently, basically not recently, for all these years, the online shopping is very popular. So maybe in US, I think Amazon is the most popular one, and I bet that their warehouse or their like claim the goods or the transportation line for the goods from the warehouse to the cargo,
Yes.
that will all be automatically.
Yes.
So how did the machine get the goods? I think maybe it's by the barcode, and who will go to scan the barcode? Maybe it's by the automatical machine car, and then with one camera on that. So when he go to that tray and scan the barcode, and then the data will go back to the server and analyze, yes, this is the same barcode I want, and then the machine car will take the goods down and put it on the transportation line. And then another camera will go facing for all the angle and the turns of the transportation line to see if some places all the goods stuck together and can trigger the idle mode for the IPS. And then for all the information, even on the last station in the package, the camera can take one picture to make sure that everything is okay.
Yes.
Then go to the trunk. And I think for all the different stations and all the different data has been sent back to the server, can also train the AI to have more solution, and maybe the AI will get more accurate in the future. So I think a lot of like industry, they can use the AI and combine the surveillance system with all the data back to the server and train a better like workflow to
Yes.
reduce the downtime cost or to maximize the factory productivity.
Yes, sure. So actually, the example you're giving here is quite good. So in short, to sum up your example, is like when you have like one production line or the one workflow, you have a different independent station, and each station have their own system. But now with this technology, we can merge all the different systems all together and try to come out the business solution within a short time. So in the past, you probably will need like, the more time to analyze all the data generated by the different system. But now, along with this like technology, we are able to work with the AI or IoT, Internet of Things, along with the QVR Pro, and then we are able to offer you the better solution to solve your issue or problem here. Okay. And the next is the IT management, because we just mentioned about the security management to protect your property, and we have operation management and try to utilize the video footage and try to improve the operation efficiency. So the last one is the IT management. So what is your engineer, what they care. So most likely they have to make sure this surveillance system is stable and able to running well. And the last thing is all the video footage will be secure and well stored in the NAS to make sure they have, when something happens, they do have the evidence to provide it either for the company owner or the police station for them to do some investigation. So which is more important? That's for IT management. Okay.
Okay, so if you have been watching our previous QVR Pro video, you know that we will prepare you some VCR. And for the factory solution, we also provide two of the VCRs. And the first one, we will go to a manufacturer in Taipei, and we will see how to use our QVR Pro system.
Hi, welcome to QNAP Live Broadcast. I'm Sam, your host for the topic today, and it's our one-day mission video. We are now at Electronic Product Factory in Taipei, and we have our contact window, Kevin, and our product sales manager, Stacy. So our users know that we are very good at the data file protection and storage, but you also need to know that we are very good at the surveillance system industry. So I will need to know some information from Kevin. So hi, Kevin.
Hello.
It's very good to meet you. How many cameras in total that we have, and what are the applications that you're using now?
我们工厂总共用了32支的 camera， 那这32支呢，它最主要就是辅助我们的警卫北北，它可以有效的去控管我们整个工厂的一个状况。这32支的监控系统呢，它从内到外都可以很有效的去掌控我们的人员进出、我们的货物进出，还有及时的状况的一些回报。
Okay, so Kevin will show me and Stacy around to see how many cameras around here and what are the real solution. And also Stacy will explain what is each of the specific solution in our QVR Pro.
我们这边卸货区的码头，放置了4支的监控器。那因为每天进出的货量非常大，那我们为了避免这些出货上的一些争议，在发生异常的时候呢，可以及时的调出画面，去确认当时的异常状况到底是发生了什么样的问题。所以一个警卫他要控管这么多的车辆跟人员，其实是有困难的。所以利用这4支的辅助镜头来协助他来控管，其实对他来讲是一个非常大的帮助。
Now we're at the security room, and I want to know that, Stacy, for QVR Pro, do we have like different authority settings for each kind of different occupation?
So yes, we do. For the QVR Pro, we have a very complete privilege management, especially for the camera setting, system setting, the live view, and the playback. For the different position, the people, they have a different right and also authority to access a certain channel and to perform specific operation.
Well, thank you, Kevin, today to showing around the real application of a manufacturer. So for the current usage, do you think that there's still anything more that you probably need in the future?
我们希望说这个监控系统的部分，它能够再增加电子围篱，然后甚至于是车牌辨识的功能。那也希望它能更及时的把这样的讯息能够回馈到管理者以及警卫先生的一个讯息里面，让他能够很快速的去掌握整个工厂的一个状况。
So after visit the factory, I guess most of people will find out for the surveillance system, they focus on the live view and the playback. However, QVR Pro can provide you more since there's more third-party integration demand is coming out. So we can use the API for the third-party service provider to get the video stream from QVR Pro and to analyze the video. Or either you can use the metadata URL. We are able to receive the data from the third-party service provider and to able to overlay the data on the video and in order to improve the operation efficiency.
So these are all we are going to show you about the manufacturer application from our QVR Pro. We hope you like it, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. We will see you next time on QNAP Live Broadcast. Bye-bye.
Okay, so that is the first video for the factory solution. And let's do a simple recap for what is the factory required for this surveillance system.
Okay. So basically what we are going to say here is like what end user, what they really care when they're using the surveillance system. So from my own experience after talking with like, you know, a lot of customers, I find out actually they don't need any like fancy functional feature because they focus on the live view and the playback. Why I'm saying that? When you have a surveillance system and you have a security guard, when a security guard, okay, let me give you an example. Let me ask you Sam. In your house, do you have a security guard in your building?
Yes, we do.
Okay, so what's the security guard doing in front of the surveillance system?
for basically for what I have seen, they just like keep watching at a live view, and that's all.
That's all right.
Yeah, because they need to check for cars getting in and decide whether they want to raise up the what is that, the bar to stop the car, and
Nothing much.
nothing much. That's
Yes.
all.
So that's what I'm saying, why live view is more important. Because most of people, they judge if there is any suspicious things happen, they judge by the live view. So when you have a stable live view, the streaming comment is most like more important. And when something really happen, it comes with like the real-time notification. For example, if we have a camera and then you have a motion detection setting and something's triggered by this motion detection, and then you are able to receive alarm. When you receive the alarm, then you can do the real-time action. So try to prevent this incident or try to reduce any risk from this incident. Okay. And when the thing, well, unfortunately, something's happened, incident does happen, that you will need evidence to present this evidence to show to the police station or to use this evidence to protect yourself. So what end user, what they're really concerned for me is a live view and the real-time notification. So in order for you to do like a real-time action, and the last one is a playback file, which is referring to the evidence. Okay, so that's what end user cares.
Sure. And we also prepare another video for a IT guy, because you know that for factory or enterprises, you definitely hire your own IT guy to control your like your configuration for your computer, server system, and even your surveillance system. So we check the video for IT.
I'm Kyle. I'm an IT engineer. We choose QNAP NAS as our surveillance is by flexibility is very high. And QVR Pro can support all of them. Also, NAS can install with more hard disk expansion is also really good. So it provides us longer storage days. Also, we feel more safe by RAID, backup, and encryption. It's more better than NVR. I can easily arrange a storage capacity to QVR Pro. The rest of the space I can just assign to NAS usage. I think it's worth more than by NVR. QVR user interface is also really easy to use. No matter cameras are on the LAN or WAN, I can both connect it. Flexibility to event manager is also really high. For example, when there is any event triggers, the camera, I can have more than one action to all other camera and the alarm systems. Also, I can send notification to my mobile device and send an email. The function is really helpful for us. And I can randomly add any my cameras into the one view page, and I can change the size of each of the channel. Also, there's a lot of function in QVR Pro and other brands do not provide. We have several branches office in Taiwan, so we need to collect all system information in headquarters for managing purpose. And QVR Center help us get all access system log into the NAS, and it's easy to export all log for auditor. Then we speak about failover. Basically, we are using more than one NAS, so I can assign any NAS as a secondary QVR server to be failover QVR. And the biggest difference with NVR is that secondary NAS can take over the server job from primary NAS when primary NAS is broken. We think it's the right choice using QNAP NAS to be our surveillance system. It can fulfill our needs on surveillance management and redundant. We will keep using the solution.
Okay, so that is a video for the IT purpose, and let's check on the requirement and the needs from IT. For the network infrastructure, I think because as an IT guy, I need to get to know all the internet environment and structure, no matter it's virtual switch or VLAN or each bandwidth of the ports or the departments, and then the redundant network interface, which is also very important. So, for example, like my company, the current company, we have like several ISP
Yes.
in one company because we need to make sure that our internet is always on the line. So that is also very important. And then because we are using a NAS as a VR surveillance system, so once we have a lot of IP camera, the bandwidth will also be higher. But when we are having IOPS to the bandwidth to all the surveillance system, we are also using the NAS to do the rest of the NAS thing, right? Like virtualization and the data protection, upload, download, or even the backup and real-time backup or the snapshot, something like that. So this will all take bandwidth. So that is also why use QNAP NAS, which we have 10G building port for SFP Plus or the RJ45 is very important for a IT guy to control and manage and get any of the logs from each of the sites, whether it's surveillance system or the all the other computer logs together. So this is the first thing that IT guys will care about.
Right. So except like network infrastructure is the IT guy will taking care about. Well, I think the most important for the surveillance system when come with the IT guy, they are concerned about the storage management. Because, for example, if I only have like a 2-bay NAS or 4-bay NAS, I need to utilize all the storage I have and to optimize all the storage usage. Okay, so the storage management is more important. And the last thing is the flexibility. Why I mentioned the flexibility? Sam, you got any idea why I'm point out this?
Because I think the flexibility is, as a company, I would basically definitely,
Yes.
there's no company will only use the products from one company, right? One brand. So they will have different brands. Maybe the server is a brand and the surveillance system is another brand and the internet is the router will be another brand and maybe their access control and all the other systems from each of the different brands. So if the flexibility is not high enough, how can a IT guy try themselves to get the API to integrate everything? Or if the flexibility is, I mean, really low, I only have a 4-bay NAS, but when I need more storage capacity, what can I do?
Yes, okay. You make a point, but to be more specific, the flexibility I'm mentioning here is because sometimes when you have a one surveillance system is installed in your business and you would like to expand this system. For example, you would like to add more IP camera, okay? Or this IP cameras come from a different branding, so the camera integration is more important. And the other thing is like when you would like to add any new technology. When I say new technology, it's not only talking about access control system or any other alarm system. It can be like facial recognition solution. Okay. So if the solution, the surveillance solution, what I'm invest here, doesn't have the flexibility to integrate with the third-party solution, what should I do? Are you going to ask me to abandon the existing investment and to install another new surveillance system just in order to work with a third-party solution? No. So that's why the QVR Pro, we do offer the flexibility, API or even through the metadata URL to helping you to work with a third-party solution. That's like facial recognition software and any other AI technology. So that's one of the things the IT guy, they probably will take into the consideration because all the employees that want the company they work will be expanded in the future, right? You're not going to remain with the existing size.
Sure.
Okay.
So before the demo, we will do a quick recap. How can we use all of the apps? Like very easy, you just log into your QNAP NAS, the QTS, and turn on your App Center, download the QVR Pro or QVR Center or the other app like QVR Card and QVR Client. And then when you download it, it will also help you to download the continuous station. And then when it's over, you just turn on your QVR Pro server and do the event management or the camera setting or the what is that? Storage management.
Storage setting.
Storage
yes.
settings. And then you just add all the cameras from your intranet or through the internet IP address or the other PDNS.
Yes.
It's very simple.
Mhm.
So let's start the demo.
Okay.
Okay, we have a computer here.
All right. So basically, we just have a quick recap to let you know how to install the QVR Pro, this QPKG on the NAS, and how to run this service. So now you are seeing here, we have already logged into the NAS, and this is all the QPKG that we install here. So you can see we have a QVR Pro. So just like double click the QVR Pro. Okay, so you will see the login window is disappear because we set it like automatically login. So here is the page, the home page when you log into the QVR Pro server. So what I want to mention here, because when you configure a surveillance system, I think the most important is the storage setting and the camera setting. Okay, so let's have a look at the recording storage. So when you have a recording storage, it will list down all the storage pool or all the volume that you have been configured with your NAS. So here you are able to define which storage pool or which volume that you would like to keep all the video footage generated by the QVR Pro. Generated by the camera but managed by the QVR Pro. Okay. So Sam, do you remember what thing I say is the IT guy, they probably will, pay more attention?
Flexibility?
No. Here I'm talking about storage. No.
Expanding?
No, I just give you a hint. The storage. Okay, the storage management is more important. Okay. Yes.
Sorry.
Because for example, when you have just 2 bay or 4 bay NAS, and then you need to keep all your data in the NAS. And meanwhile, that you need to run the QVR Pro on the NAS. So you need to manage your storage well. Otherwise, you probably, when you have important data and then you want to back up this data to the NAS, but you don't have the storage. What a disaster. Okay. So with here, you are able to define, it's like how many days that you want to keep the video file or what's the video size that you like to use in the NAS. So we just like choose take any action here. So from the user interface, you can see we're able to define a list how many days that you can keep with this video and up to how many days that you're able to keep the video file. Why I mention here, because this section is the English section. So I guess for some country like Europe, you probably have some regulation, either from the government or from your company policy. They only allow you to keep the video file for 2 weeks, maximum 2 weeks. So when you have like 15 days recording that you're not able to keep it, you have to delete it. It's like, I think it's out of like a personal privacy issue. So in this way, you can just choose the up to, let's say 14 days. So in the QVR Pro, you can keep this recording file for 14 days only. And for some case, if you really have a storage concern, you don't have a lot of hard disks in your NAS, and you need to manage the storage well, then here you are able to configure how many storage size that you'd like to use for the surveillance purpose. Sorry, I just want to put like 200. Okay, and then you can apply. Okay, so that's it for the storage part. And another thing is the camera setting. Why I want to mention camera setting here? For your information, now you can see we have a 2 camera connect with the QVR Pro server here. So we have a two preview windows. So I'm just gonna choose either one of them. So you will see there's a 4 tab. It's like connection, stream, and the recording. So for the stream, you are able to change the stream profile. It's like what's the frame rate per second that you'd like to have and what's the resolution. And if the camera supports the dual stream, then you will see the stream 2 on the bottom. All right. Okay, so here comes with the recording file. As I mentioned, out of some like privacy policy. For example, when you work in the office, do you have a camera in your office then?
Yes, I do.
You do, and you want the company to monitor you all
Of
the
course
time during your working hour?
Of course not.
Of course not, right? So I think for some strict company policy or the government's policy, I'm not sure. Then from here, you are able to define what recording schedule that you would like to have. So for example, I can make the working hour is inactive. So when the camera do the monitoring this area, you probably can see the live view video, but you don't keep any playback video. So which means when the time is passing, you are not able to retrieve the video file from the QVR Pro server. Okay. So I guess that's what you care. Okay. And now the other thing, if you pay attention to our VCR, the factory tool, you will see there's a security guard in the video. And if you, I'm not sure, did we take the video when the security guard using the surveillance system?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was just like checking on the parking lot.
Okay.
The entrance of the parking lot.
Okay. Because I'm not sure if you see the user interface while the security guard using the QVR Pro, but I think the most important is the privilege management. Okay. So why I'm saying that? Because when you run in a company or a factory, you probably have some area that you don't want this security guard to access to the camera to see the recording file. And most important, when some camera, they support two-way audio, and you have a camera in the meeting room. So I guess you don't want the security guard to know what you're talking about during a very important business discussion. Okay. So for here, we are able to generate or to configure the different privilege setting for the different user. So from here, you will see we divide the privilege setting into like 4 parts. The first one is the system management setting, and the second one comes with the camera setting and the EMAP setting, and last one is the layout setting. Okay, so I guess that's quite simple and not to going through all the detail. If you're interested, you can just like download the QVR Pro from our apps center, and then to install the QVR Pro, then you are able to enjoy all the features that you will see in here. Okay. So here I just want to focus on the camera privilege setting, because from here you are able to configure or to configure which camera does the security guard they are able to access. But it's not only the camera itself. You also can define if they can see the live view, or can they do the playback with the selected camera, or can they use like the two-way audio. Or some camera come with a PCZ control. Do you allow them to use that? So that's the thing that you are able to configure with our system here. So I just talking about the storage management, camera setting, and the privilege. So I guess what that's like very basic configuration for you to know if you really want to give a try. Okay. And the last one is a QVR Pro client. I think in the second 2 slides, I have mentioned when you have the QVR Pro, it's acting as a recording server.
Yes.
But when all the recording server is keeping all the recording file here, and you would like to access the file, then what you need?
Playback, you mean?
No. Okay. Do you need any app that you are able to retrieve all the recording file from the QVR Pro?
Of course, the client.
Yeah, okay, of course, that's the client. So we have a QVR Pro client here. So from here, I can just like double click the QVR Pro client that comes with like orange icon with a camera icon on it. Okay, processing. Okay, so now you're looking at is our QVR Pro client user interface. So you can see actually this is like quite simple. Okay, I'm just going to giving you a quick introduction of this client user interface. So on the left hand side, you will see there's a view. So you are able to create the view because I only have the 2 camera connected here. If I have like 10, then the 10 camera is like located in the different locations, like the warehouse, the production line, and even the main office or meeting room, that you can create a view and then rename it as a meeting room or a warehouse. So it can helping you to categorize all the camera into a different group, so you can have a quick view of the view. And here you will list down all the camera that connected with the QVR Pro. Okay. And also we also support the IMAP function. So with the IMAP function, then you are able to simply drag the camera icon on the IMAP and to add the IMAP to define what's the camera angle. So when something happens, the old icon will be displayed as a red icon. So for you to easily to locate where's the camera location. Okay. So from the right hand side, you will see there's a few snapshots. Why I'm having a snapshot here? Because we have one camera has been taking the motion detection. So when the motion detection has been triggered, it will give you a snapshot here, and then you can just click this icon here. It will show event playback. So once you click, you will just like play back the video when the event just happened. Okay. And if you like to make a note, because sometimes when a security guard, they find something suspicious or someone's suspicion, they need to make a report or make any notes. They don't need a pen. Okay, they just like click this, the bookmark. When you click the bookmark, and then you can just add any note. So for example, I just give a example, a test. Okay, I probably saw Stacy, so I put Stacy, or you can say, okay, someone's passing by with a suspicion goods on hand. So that's the note can provided by the security guard, and then you click save. So you will see the timeline here with the yellow spots. Dots? Yes, yellow dots.
Squares.
Yeah,
Whatever.
whatever.
Mark.
So in that case, you will know, okay, in this timeline, this certain time periods, there's a note, there's something happens, so you can just like double click and then to check the note. So from the timeline, you will see there's some red line. So actually, that's to let you know, the red line is referring to the event. Okay, so I just told to you, we have set up motion detection. So that's a red line to referring to there's a motion detection event just happened. Okay, so I guess that very simple user interface.
Of course.
So I guess it's pretty simple that you will know what view you have and what camera you have here. In the middle, that would be our live view layout. Okay. One more thing, and then you can just simply drag the camera to the layout. You'll see the layout is very dynamic. Okay, or you can just choose that one channel and to select on the border, and then you can just drag to change the camera size. It really depends on your camera, the monitoring area, because some camera, they probably like monitoring the whole way, and then you can try to adjust the window to let you to have a clear view. There's a few things I would like to highlight here, because now you know the IP camera is getting more cheaper.
Of course.
So they come with like very high resolution camera. It could be like 2 megapixel, 4 megapixel, or even higher. So when you have a one camera and monitor the big area, and then you can use one feature we have here. We call it as a ROI. Yes. Sorry.
This is
So when you click this this icon, you'll see this orange window just pop up. So with this one, you can just like generate the separate window. So for example, if you have a high resolution camera, you can just generate a list up to 9 windows for the certain area for the best user experience. So in that case, you can save some money. You don't need to buy like 9 IP camera for your office or for your factory or anything. And for sure, we also support the DWAP function. If you have a fisheye camera, but I don't have any fisheye camera connected here. So, but if you have in your house or in your office, try to download QVR Pro and give it a try. Then you probably will be wow,
impressed by the
DWAP function. Should be. Yes. So I guess after my briefly introduction of the QVR Pro client, you might find it's very simple to use and shouldn't take too much time
to get familiar with it, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, sure. So that will be all the demo. Thank you, Stacy.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the slides, and we will do a simple recap for to use the advantage of using our QVR Pro system.
Yes. So I think after my quick demo, you might find out it's very easy to use, and it's I'll try to say that it can be a very quick deployment.
Yes.
And you will see, I also point out the cost saving here. Why I'm saying that, I guess because we just mentioned as a NAS, you not only can run in the QVR Pro on the NAS, even when you have a surveillance system is running on NAS, but at the same time, you also can enjoy the benefit over from the NAS.
Yes.
Either for the data protection, or we also have like a hybrid backup. Yes. And the other things. So it's like one machine, everything is in the one box.
Yes.
Okay. So that's why we call cost saving. Okay. And that's another thing. Once you download the QVR Pro from our App Center, it comes with the 8-channel connection for free. So which means for this 8-channel, it's able to cover from the small even to the medium size of project. It should be good enough for you to use, and they are all free. But since it's free, it comes with like a limitation. And I guess the most important limitation is like when you using the QVR Pro client, it's only can helping you to retrieve the video file up to 14 days. Okay, but it doesn't mean you only have this 14-day file in your NAS. When you have a recording, when you have the camera and connect with the QVR Pro, let's say for 30 days already, all the 30 days file is kept in our file station in the NAS. But we're only allowing you to use the client software to retrieve the video file for 2 weeks only. Okay, it's because that's a free
So if I want to see more.
If you want to see more, then we have a Gold license, and you can buy the Gold license. So you'll break down the limitation. So there's no limitation for the playback. It even can offer you the AD or LDAP function. It also can support the QVR Pro Center.
Okay.
Yes.
And since we're having the promotion started from September 1st, right?
Yes, September 1st.
So grab the chance.
Yes. If you are really interested and you already use the free version of the QVR Pro, and then you would like to the QVR Pro to be managed by the QVR Center or to break down the playback limitation, take the chance because we have the promotion for 2 months from 1st of September. And if you're interested, please contact your local distillery or local reseller. They should offer you more detail.
Yeah. So this will be all the introduction for our factory solution, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And let's go back to the live. And if you want to check for the video or the demonstration from Stacy again, you can go to live.qnap.com and choose the video today. And then we have PowerPoint slides on the right-hand side. Then you just click on demo slide, and then you will be led into the video. And that is all the information we want to provide to you. And we hope you like the video, and don't forget to subscribe our channel. And we will see you next time on QNAP Live Broadcast. Bye.
Bye.